From last week is still the big story. It is Newcastle United. We started well.
Well, it was
started very well.
Amazing atmosphere. I wasn't there, obviously, at the game, but watched it. Amazing start. Everybody in great mood. They've got hopes for their football club and all that. Forgetting about everything about the owners and what's happened. I mean, they've seen their team hopefully coming out of what's been a clouded history, basically, as far as football's concerned, up and down the Premier League. But now they see some hope. But that soon changed, didn't it? Great start, great goal to start off. And I thought, hang on a minute, who needs a new manager? But towards the end, I think we all realise now that a guy, now he's not got a win in 8.
Yeah.
Any other job in the Premier League, he'd be gone.
Yeah, I think that when he comes out and says, I'll keep cracking on, I'll keep battling on.
Well, he isn't. It's until he gets his money.
And that's the thing. I mean, come on. And the change will be made, I'm pretty certain about that. I also didn't like it last week when Steve Bruce came out and said in his press conference before the game that he hopes a few journalists get slapped. He actually used that word, get slapped. And then he said, I've kept my dignity. Well, complete and utter contradiction right there. It shouldn't be about outside forces like media and stuff like that and pundits. It shouldn't be about that, Steve. It should be about the job that you do. And put quite simply, you cannot organise a defence. For one of the best centre-halves we've seen at a top club winning stuff in his playing career, and the amount of managerial experience, 1,000 games as of yesterday, cannot organise a defence. Now, maybe the personnel aren't good enough, but the gaping holes in the midfield or between the midfield and the back foot, just incredible for Newcastle yesterday. And that's on Steve Bruce's head. That's down to coaching. If you can't, those individuals may not be good enough to go on and finish top half or top 6 or top 4 or whatever the plan is over the next few years. That might be true. But there's no way those individuals are so bad that they play that badly.
Well, about organising a defence, you only have to look at the way Hungary organised their defence against England. Now, that was tight. That was compact. That was a plan. That was tactics. And they did it absolutely brilliantly, right? That's about organising a defence. And with Steve Bruce, when he came out and said that about the journalists, to be fair, I mean, a lot of people on talkSPORT, including myself, have stuck up for Steve Bruce a lot. Yeah. A lot over the last 2 years because where they've ended up finishing, right? The football's not been great, but realistically, with the owner they had at the time, to stay in the Premier League, it's got to have been the target. And he was doing what he'd been told to do as a manager. But this season, he's not managed to do that, Aid. And no wins after 8 matches, no matter who he was managing, you're going to be under pressure. Now, if he's believing he's not under any pressure when he hasn't got a win in 8, I mean, come on, who's he kidding? And congratulations to him, by the way, 1,000 games as a manager. It's a great effort. He's had what you would say, a successful career in management. To survive 1,000 games in football management, and it is cutthroat, it's a terrific career. But at this moment in time, with nothing from 8, I mean, his writing's on the wall. And he's lucky he's in a job now where he's going to get paid a lot of money to leave that job. He's not going to voluntarily walk, but he's going to get paid a lot of money. So he's got to expect the criticism. Because if people say if he's not happy in the job he's doing, walk. But he ain't going to do that.
He's lucky. He was lucky to get the job in the first place. And in the past, he's talking about, how journalists should be slapped down. And in the past, he's walked away from clubs. And they didn't want him to leave that football club. So, I'm looking at it and thinking he was a little bit out of order there. He's had a lot of sympathy from a lot of people in the game and in the media, but I think he let a lot of people down with those statements there. He cannot organise a defence. And I also think having Ant and Dec sitting in front, people might not agree with this, but having Ant and Dec sitting in front of the new owners, a massive, massive clanger dropped by the football club there. I mean, they're great, aren't they? They're pure entertainers. They're brilliant, right? But they reinforce the outside view of Newcastle United being a comedy joke club. That's what they do. Now, and listen, I think they're fantastic. You and I have spoken about Ant and Dec before.
I love Ant and Dec,
Pure entertainment, right? But they're having a great time when they score the opening goal. There's glum faces all around. It's pure comedy, and they're right at the centre of it. So I'm not sure the new owners will want that.
Well, I do, because I think that's what the new owners are looking to bring. They want it to become a celebrity football club. And I think they do.
Do they?
Yeah. Well,
don't they want it to be a successful one?
Of course they want to be.
One that people don't laugh at.
They want it to be successful, but it's like anything. You bring people that are really popular in that part of the world to the football club. I'm sure we're going to see Shearer nearer to the action at Newcastle rather than sat in a box somewhere. We might see him a little bit nearer to the action, because I think they want to, people that have done well out of the area, they want to engage them with the fans. I think that's what they're going to try and bring.
Okay.
As well as success, obviously, big name players in the next window, and hopefully a big name manager, which they're obviously trying to do at this moment in time.
There is a period of about, 5 or 6 weeks where Ant and Deck won't bother turning up at any game, home or away, because they're a little bit busy doing another job. But, so they'll be there for some games, but not for others. But I guess that's the way it works. Listen, it ain't their fault. Steve Bruce's fault. It's on his head, the players' heads as well, that they are where they are, second bottom in the league without a win in 8. Any manager will be under pressure. So heaven only knows why Steve Bruce is upset that the media thought he might lose his job. It's natural when you're manager of a club that size and you're not doing the job properly, that you're not winning games, your position is going to be speculated on. That's going to happen.